Oh, gotta love a good cup of coffee in the morning. I'm going to need it today. Good morning, Patriots. This is Mike the Patriot coming to you live from Central Missouri. It is 8:24 a.m. on 9/11. 19 years ago, our lives were changed. I'm not going to talk a lot about that today because I think there's more pressing issues, more current. But I do want to remember what happened on that day. And I'm sure you can turn on a lot of media and stuff and see that. If you're watching me, let me know where you're watching me from live, if it's live or if it's on the rerun. If you're watching on the rerun, how are you? I know sometimes you just can't jump on when I'm on, so I get that. I understand how that works because I'm the same way when I watch the people I watch. You know, I don't make up everything that I get. I stole from someone else. I'm not smart enough to make up stuff on my own. So let's get right into it. There is an election coming up, if you hadn't noticed, and a document was released the other day. BuzzFeed did an article on it, and they talked about it, so that caught my attention. So I went and found the document. Here it is right here. The document's written by a group of a bunch of activist groups, former Never Trumper Republicans, Democrats, and business people and stuff that don't like Trump. That's basically what's made. It's a whole bunch of people got together and they war gamed how to defeat Trump if he doesn't want to step down. They come up with 4 scenarios in their plans that could possibly happen. Only 4, because they don't feel like there could be another scenario. And the 4 scenarios are, and I didn't pull those out of order so that I could read them to you. Here they are right here. The 4 scenarios are that either there's an ambiguous result of the election where the several states are real too close to call and they can't determine who's going to win. That's scenario 1. Scenario 2 is a clear Biden victory in both the Electoral College and the popular vote. Not that the popular vote matters because we are a representative republic, not a democracy. A narrow Biden win, where he wins the Electoral College and the popular vote, but it's really, 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 really close. And the 4th scenario is a clear Trump win in the Electoral College, but Biden wins the electoral vote, or the popular vote. There is absolutely no scenario in this whole documentation that Trump wins both, because in their minds, that's just not going to happen because the people hate Trump. So let's get into the meat of this. I've highlighted some very important parts, and I want you to understand where this is going. The most important thing that you need to understand, there's 2 key events. If you watch the media, listen to what's going on, if you follow what they're doing and what they're saying on the TV and stuff. Hey, let me know if you're watching, because again, I can't see if you hop on like you can with Facebook because I'm using some different software. So just comment that you're watching. Let me know you're there, and I'd love to reach out and say hi to you. But they're setting up a scenario right now. If you turn on NBC, ABC, CNN, Fox News, whatever you turn on, the Democrats are setting up a scenario. The Washington Post, BuzzFeed, they're all writing articles towards this scenario, towards this inevitable outcome that they're planning to create. They want something to happen. Hey, Dave, how you doing? And so here it is. So as I read through this, bear with me because I'm blind. It says voting fraud is virtually non-existent, but Trump lies about it to create a narrative designed to politically mobilize his base to create a bias for contesting the results should he lose. The potential for violent conflict is high, particularly since Trump encourages his supporters to take up arms. He doesn't encourage his supporters to take up arms. We are armed because we support him, because we believe in this country and we believe in the Second Amendment. This country's been armed since day one. In the scenarios, in one scenario, the exercise, now what they did is they conducted war gaming exercises of these 4 scenarios. These really educated, smart people, including former generals, people that worked for Obama, think tank people, anti-Trumpers, Democrat Party officials, MoveOn.org, Planned Parenthood officials. They're all involved. Campaign experts, polling experts. these are smart people. You know, they went to college, you know, with ivy on the walls and stuff. They're not like me because I'm dumb, you know, Walmart shopper, although I don't shop at Walmart much anymore. In one scenario, the exercise posted that the winner of the election was not known at the morning of the election or the morning after the election, and the outcome of the race was too close to predict with certainty. In another exercise, so they did a different exercise, began with the Democrat Party candidate Joe Biden won the popular vote and the Electoral College by a healthy margin, and the third exercise assumed that Trump won the Electoral College but lost the popular vote with a healthy margin. And the fourth exercise began with the premise that Biden won both the popular vote and the Electoral College by a narrow margin. I just explained that. But so, well, these people went together and they war gamed this, and this is what they came up with. They said, let me read this to you. There, I found the part where it's who's involved. During the exercises, Team Biden and the Democrats elected officials took the following steps. This is what they did. The Democrats did in order to win the election. They organized 1,000 influencers to denounce the efforts to steal the election, to denounce Trump from stealing the election. They organized all living presidents to stand with Biden and denounce Trump administration's effort to subvert the democratic process. They got, you know, Jimmy Carter and George W. and Bill Clinton and the like, and of course Barack Obama, to stand up and say Trump is bad. Well, they've already done that. Who cares? They recruited moderate Republican governors such as Baker of Massachusetts and Hogan of Minnesota to form election protection coalition, working with local Democrats, elected officials to call for the adjunct general, the National Guard, along with representatives from the technology sector, Facebook and Google, to monitor voting counting. The vote count is where the game is going to be played. Understand that this mail-in ballot is what this is all about. They know they can't win in the mail-in ballot because the mail-in ballots is in blue states. And adding more votes to the blue states will only create the same electoral college. It won't change the electoral college. But they want to muddy the water. That's what they want to do. Organized a bipartisan National Day of Restoration of Democracy, a National Day of Unity, including faith leaders. Work with local Democratic electors. I already said that one. Attempt a capital strike to work and a work stoppage as part of the overall effort to push corporate leaders to insist that the ballots be casted or counted. What does that mean? Have you seen where states or countries in Europe, the whole country goes on strike? That's what they're going to try to organize. To force corporate leaders. We're going to shut you down if you don't give us our way. This National Day of Restoration of Democracy and the National Day of Unity is about getting the people out of their homes and out of their business and into the streets to cause a ruckus. That's what that's about. Where Biden won the popular vote by a large margin, but still lost the Electoral College. Now, we're talking about the different scenarios here. In response to the response was aggressive and excuse me. Let me start over. I apologize. I read like crap. Where Biden won the popular vote by a large margin, but still lost the Electoral College, and the response was aggressive and coordinated, Trump team was consistently more ruthless than the Biden team, because Biden's peaceful, loving, Trump is evil. We're more willing to ignore existing Democrat norms, like, I don't know, obeying the Electoral College. We got to ignore that and go with the popular vote, because that's how our laws are written, because we're a nation of laws, not of men. Make use of disinformation to deploy federal agencies to promote Trump's personal electing and electoral interest and to engage in intimidation campaigns. Team Biden generally felt constrained by the commitment to the norms and the desires to tamp down the violence and reduce instabilities, because Biden is an angel and Trump is evil orange man. Just listen to how this is worded and how this is written. It's mostly ridiculous. Okay. The president's ability to federalize, this is what they're saying that the president has the power to do. And the ironicness when they get into talking about what this president will do just blows my mind. The president's ability to federalize National Guard or invoke the Insurrection Act to deploy active duty military domestically, and his ability to launch investigations into election results or discredit his opponents. You mean like having an Oval Office meeting the week before the inauguration with James Comey and Jim Comey and James Clapper and Strzok and Joe Biden to discuss how they can, I don't know, mess with Trump? You mean like that? Is that what you're talking about? The president, as key members of administration, can also reference classified documents without releasing them. You mean like Pelosi and Adam Schiff? Is that what you're talking about? Manipulate classified information. Really? Perhaps noted that the additional presidential powers subject to the misuse include the ability to freeze assets of individual groups the president deems to be a threat. You know, like groups that are trafficking in minors or something. Save the children. And his ability to restrict the internet communications in the name of national security. You know, it's kind of like fact checks. It's kind of like Facebook just deleting accounts of conservatives and Twitter doing the same thing and Google shadow banning people, you know, kind of like that. But Trump's going to do it. If Trump does it, well, we can't have that. The Biden team almost always called for and relied on mass protests to demonstrate the public's commitment to the legitimate outcome. Meaning the outcome of the popular vote, not the Electoral College. As a political matter, however, participants in the exercise noted that racial justice activists and others will likely act independently of Joe Biden's campaign because no, they would never work with Joe Biden. No. When you click on BLM and you go to donate money, it goes to Act Freaking Blue, which is a DNC fundraising operation, but no, they won't work together. No. Players repeatedly caution that the social movements are independent and not beholden to or a tool of the Democrat Party, because we can't let that get out. That's right. Antifa and Black Lives Matters and all these other groups, they're not part of the DNC. They're completely independent. They act completely on their own. They don't follow orders. They're peaceful protesters, peaceful, loving protesters. In addition, the exercise suggested that there'll be a significant possibility of a simultaneous street mobilization by both Trump and Biden supporters, in which the possibility for violence will increase significantly. And the action of law enforcement will be critical. Of note here, TIP Scenarios, that's the name of their little group, is TIP. TIP Scenarios exercise suggests that President Trump and his more fervent supporters, have every incentive to try to turn peaceful Biden and the anti-Trump post, because they're so peaceful and loving. They're just throwing Molotov cocktails and frozen water bottles. They're just breaking down fences and burning down buildings, but they're peaceful. It's only slightly on fire, as CNN would say. Just a little fire. It's no big deal. They're peaceful. They love. They're handing out roses and kissing each other. You know, men kissing, missing. Anyways. Protests and violent in order to generate evidence that the Democratic victory is tantamount to mob rule. Well, the shoe fits. Trump can rely on surrogates to embed operatives inside the protests to encourage violent actions. he can mobilize a range of law enforcement actors, including the National Guard troops, whether federalized or under GOP governor control, who might, without proper training, because we all know those National Guard, they're not trained at all. They just kill babies. No, I'm sorry. That was Planned Parenthood. My mistake. You see, without proper training or led by politicized actors might escalate matters, because Trump wants to escalate matters because he wants to kill everybody. It's, remember, BLM and Antifa, they're peaceful protests, and they have nothing to do with the DNC. We didn't do it. It wasn't us. We didn't do anything. In invoking the Insurrection Act and sending in active duty military troops into U.S. cities to restore order and protect voting places or confiscate fraudulent ballots. Remember, the key to this is the mail-in ballots. I'll get more to that in a minute. Participants in this scenario exercise universally believe that self-preservation for President Trump and his family will be Trump's first possible priority and only priority. If he's forced to concede electoral defeat before he leaves office, he might maximize the flow of federal money into his Clinton Foundation. Into his Trump businesses, like directing COVID-19 relief packages for Trump hotels, relocate to Mar-a-Lago for the final months of his presidency, negotiate business deals with foreign countries, and purge documents that might incriminate. You mean like deleting emails? No, say it ain't so. That might incriminate foreign governments and business partners. I bet he uses BleachBit. What do you think? President Trump could also launch the next business venture from the White House. Speculations include Mega TV, and this could be run by Jared Kushner. Dun, dun, dun! The evil Jew. These people are ridiculous. He could also pardon everyone, all the violent rioters on the Trump side, like that kid up there, that 17-year-old kid that shot those peaceful protesters that just wanted to hug him and give him love with a skateboard up to the side of the head and shoot him with a gun. But it was in love that they wanted to do that. He might wag the dog and spark a foreign war, because other presidents, Barack Obama, hasn't done that. Like bombing an aspirin factory in Sudan, when you get caught playing with cigars in the Oval Office. What do I know? Destroying evidence. There it is again, destroying evidence. Where have I heard that before? I wonder who's destroyed evidence. Must be a GOP Republican type. And disrupt the transition process because, that's what those evil, wicked Republicans do. Now, here it is. This is what we're getting to. There will likely be an election night. Excuse me. Let me read that again because I messed up. There will likely not be an election night this year. Unprecedented numbers of voters are expected to use mail-in ballots. Understand, this is the key. This is the most important part of this document. This is what they're going to use to cause mass chaos in the street and steal this election, no matter if Trump wins by a huge margin. It doesn't matter. And I believe Trump's going to win both the Electoral College and the popular vote and most of the states. He might not win California, but then again, my sister out there says he might. So, anyways. Which will almost certainly delay the certified result for days or even weeks. This is the key. This is what they want. They want to be able to say, so what's going to happen is these ballots are going to keep coming in and keep coming in and keep coming in and keep coming in. You see, Trump's going to win on election day. He's going to get the majority, more than 270 electoral votes. But the ballots are going to keep, they're going to find ballots in trunks of cars. They're going to find ballots in dumpsters. They're going to find ballots in movie theaters. They're going to find ballots everywhere. They're going to be growing on trees. And we have to count all the ballots. The ballots aren't being counted. And because evil Trump destroyed the United States Postal Service and he got rid of all the postal carriers, we have to count all the ballots. There's still ballots sitting in a warehouse somewhere in a Googleplex of the Google Foundation somewhere that the mail forgot to pick up. And we have to count those ballots. It doesn't matter if it's 2029. We have to count those ballots. The ballots have to be counted. And see what they're going to do? They're just going to keep counting ballots until Joe Biden wins. You know, it's kind of like a few years ago in Broward County, Florida, where the Republicans were winning the local House race, and all of a sudden a lady drives up with a car and opens up the trunk, and lo and behold, there's a box full of ballots for the Democrat. Isn't that amazing? How did that happen? It's just amazing how democracy works, isn't it? Just keep counting the ballots. Keep counting the ballots. Yes, keep counting the ballots. This is their game plan. And when Trump moves to say no, ballots not received in time by law cannot be counted, that's when this other scenario kicks in. When they start calling unions for nationwide strikes, when they send out Antifa and Black Lives Matters to terrorize in the streets, when they send out Antifa and Black Lives Matters people dressed as Republican supporters, they'll have their MAGA hat on as they're mowing people down. That's right, I said it. This is what this is all about. That way they can blame Trump and Trump supporters. That way when they finally get Biden into power, they can go after the guns. I mean, they got it all. Planners need to take seriously the notion that this may be a street fight, not a legal battle. On election night, the Biden campaign declared the victory was intimate, and they called for every vote to be counted. They mobilized a network of influenced bipartisan elites, elected officials, retired military officers to speak to the press and denounce every effort to suppress the vote. We can't stop counting the vote. We can't stop counting the vote. We need to count the vote until Biden wins. The Biden campaign also called for peaceful rallies, echoing the call to count the vote. Get everybody out. We got to count the vote. We have to count the vote. We have to count the vote. If Biden loses, if he's unable to pull this off, this is their second scenario. This is their Hail Mary pass. This is their preparing the way for the future. Biden campaigns encourage Western states, particularly California, but also Oregon, Washington, and collectively known as Cascadia, to secede from the union unless congressional Republicans agree to a set of structural reforms to fix the democratic system to ensure majority rule. In other words, they are going to threaten that California, Washington, Oregon secede from the union. And I know there's a bunch of you right now going, hey, it sounds good to me. But listen to what they want in return for peace. We want civil war, or this is what we want. With the advice of President Obama, oh, surprise there, the Biden campaign will submit a proposal to give statehood to Washington, D.C., which adds electorals to the Electoral College, and adds senators. Pack the Senate. And Puerto Rico, same. Divide California into 5 states to more accurately represent the population in the Senate. Same. Pack the Senate. Require Supreme Court justices to retire at age 70, which would eliminate a lot of them, and pack the Supreme Court, which is their goal. Eliminate the Electoral College because we are no longer going to be a republic. We'll be a pure democracy with majority rules. And if the majority rules that you have to die, it's good to be the king. It's not good not to be the king. To ensure that the candidate who wins the popular vote becomes president. That is their end game. That is what they want to do if they can't get Trump in the office. And if they can't get Trump in office, they're going to move to that. That's what they plan on doing. That's their goal. That's their desire. That's their hope. That's what they want. an end to the Republic of the United States of America and turn it into something else. Democracy, our founding fathers hated. Straight democracy. That's why we have a representative republic, because they feared the tyranny of the majority. I'm sorry about how long this one was. I know it was a little bit stretched out, but I had to get all that in there for you to understand. If you want to look that up, I'll find it and put a link in the comments. Okay. I just have one more little thing. If you're still on with me, and I appreciate you all hanging on, please like, comment, and share this video. I'm trying something new here. I'm actually going to do some shameless plugs and a commercial. And I'm going to talk about a product that changed my life. I started taking it about 2 years ago when I could hardly walk. I had severe pain due to my military service, and I didn't know what I was going to do to make it. I really didn't know what I was going to do. And so someone introduced me to this product, and I started taking it, and it has absolutely changed my life. It's called BioCell. It combines a multi-patented power of collagen and HA matrix technology with the added benefits of resveratrol, which is infused into a unique liquid delivery system to provide the fast absorbance and results. Okay. And what it has done for me is changed my life. It also improves joint mobility and lubrication, reduces joint discomfort, promotes healthy cartilage and connective tissue, decreases skin dryness, improves the hydration and firmness and elasticity of skin, increases skin's collagen contents, reduces the bad things in your skin that can make you age. Oops, I just lost my page. Supports cardiovascular health and promotes healthy hair, nails, gums, and eyes. I have to cut my freaking nails every other day taking this stuff. I'm serious about that. It has changed my life. It makes me feel better. It gives me vibrancy. It wakes me up. It makes me, I'm 49 years old. I'm not getting any younger. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for this stuff, and I take it every single day, I got my bottle of it right here. I take it every single day, a couple teaspoons, suck it down. It goes down, tastes great. And, if you're getting a little older, you're getting little wrinkles, your hair's starting to get a little thinner, you're getting the joint pain and swelling and stuff that you get as you get older. See, what happens is your body produces collagen when you're young, but it stops producing when you get older, and that's when aging starts. What this does is it adds that back to you, and it has worked for me. So if you want to know more about this product, let me know in the comments, and I will send you a link in Messenger how you can save a little money and purchase this product. It has been fantastic for me. So with that, I'm going to jump off here. Let me know what you think in the comments, and you guys have a great, wonderful rest of your day.